It's kind of incredible that you and I are having this conversation on a Friday night in October 2020, and the background is our president is in the hospital. We know very little beyond that. Presidents have hated when details of their person and health have wound up in the public domain, though they have allowed it for the public good. This is a unique circumstance where we're relying on a White House medical office that, it pains me to say, has not been truthful in the past.
No, so much of our common life has been on trial for the last 4 years, so much so that it's almost something we take for granted, that everything feels unprecedented, everything feels so superlative, so hyperbolic. But you know what? Events are catching up with the superlatives and the hyperbole. They're now, to some extent, there's a kind of equipoise between the two. And I was thinking this afternoon about one of the best descriptions of the presidency itself, which was written by John Adams in the 1790s. He talked about how the first character, meaning the president, would be the subject of all eyes and the object of all contemplation, that it would be a vital role in the republic. It's a little counterintuitive to those who think that the presidency, as we understand it, is really a post-World War II, a post-FDR, nuclear age creation. It's always been vitally important, not only politically, but culturally. And what we've seen for 3 years now, going on 4 years, is the habits and the inclinations of the incumbent president have seemed almost to, it's beyond dominating our mind space, right? It's taken over. Dominate at least suggests that there's some room to escape. And where we find ourselves, I think, is in this really interesting moment of reckoning between two things that have shaped us in the last 6 to 8 months in particular. One is distrust, a distrust of experts, a distrust of the ordinary constitutional conventions of our lives. And the other is disease. And the distrust has fed the disease because a huge segment of the population decided not to listen to those who had expertise, decided that somehow or another they knew better, that the force of reason and science was somehow partisan, was somehow not legitimate. It was a bunch of elites trying to tell them what to do, and by God, they were going to show them. And we're seeing the wages of that. And all of us, what you were just talking about with Michael, absolutely. You know, John Lewis taught us that the key element of nonviolent protest was never become that which you are fighting against. You know, answer hate with love, answer violence with nonviolence. So in an era bereft in many ways of grace and dignity, we must do all we can to be gracious and dignified. That said, it's an inescapable fact of our unfolding history that the president had repeatedly diminished the role of science and reason in combating this pandemic, and now is helping push the country to an extraordinary moment of uncertainty and unease as we face an existential election in 31 days.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.